Hi. So I thought I'd do a reload of the Reiki. So I'm going to put up videos. I'm not going to say much. I'm just going to put it up and add to it, and we're going to take it from there. Okay. Oh, you do. Oh, you stop. Right. So I use one of these. Most cases, I use these. So most people have their ones where they want to put the energy outwards. Put the energy outwards. And you charge up, charge it. Then charge the ones with your own energy. Anybody can charge up stuff with their own energy. Don't necessarily have to be a practitioner at anything. I will give you an example of a crystal if I can find one. You can help plants. Some people do that to the plants. See, I need my charger now. I need my charger. Hold on. All right. So Reiki can heal. It can go through distance. It can go. I know you can see my bleach. It don't matter because I clean in it. Reiki can go to distance. Like, so a Reiki practitioner can be sitting and they can send energy to people. Sometimes they have things that they can use to send the energy to people. People have to be in agreement for the energy to be sent. If the energy is not in agreement, then it won't be able to be sent. Hi everybody. I know I started it abruptly, but you know, that's how I start things sometimes. Hi Real Talk, hi Tripsies. Oops. Absolutely. Oh, thank you. What's that says? Do you have a specific feather that you use? No, you can use any feather. Right, that's why I'm going to do the Queen of Fua one, because Queen of Fua used those big feathers, you know, those big wide ones, like big ones. These feathers, I bought these from one of those Wiccan shops. When I used to follow Wiccan stuff, you know, earth, wind, fire, air, water. So there's no specific feather. Okay, there's no specific feather. Okay. If you're drawn to something, you pick it up. That's what I'm trying to get across to people. If you're drawn to something, you pick it up. Like this, I bought this, and then I ended up using it on most of my clients. This is sound healing. Oh, it's on the app. It's on the thing. The song. No, it's not copyright music. Can you? Oh, okay. She's talking to Trips. I hope I didn't miss a chance to them. Oh, okay. So you're not having a conversation. Okay. So basically, yes, because of the thing. Hold on. Where is it? Because I made it like that. I like nebulas and stuff like that. I like cosmos and stuff like that. So that's why I put a nebula on it. It's green. This is a green feather. So that's why I like nebulas and stuff. I like stuff sometimes. I'm really different. Like this. No, I'm not even going to turn it off. I'm actually got to learn to put my face on camera sometimes. This is for sound healing. This I'll go around it. Used to go around clients' bodies and stuff like that. You know. So I can't show you nothing. Oh yeah, I used to do cards. There's only one card surviving so far. One set of cards has survived, but I don't even read nobody no more. I got one set of surviving cards, and I got my box of tricks. Hold on. Even if they've done it for years, they always have the touch, always have the in their hand. They always have it in their hand, right? Especially if they've been attuned properly. There is second Reiki, angel Reiki. I think people even Reiki animals. The list goes on. Children, you can Reiki children if you have a fast children. I haven't done my little girl recent. I haven't done my little girl at all, but you can do that. Even when you're massagist, the Reiki can literally come out at the same time. You have to be able to block it out. Hold on, while I do that. So I'm gonna put anybody wants to come up and ask me questions. So Reiki's universal. I'll even pull up an article on Reiki on how it works too. Oops, one. Oh. I know sometimes I see people. Okay, so this one here is a bed. It's a bed Reiki session that is given right now. The one where you can do Reiki when people are sitting up, which I have I think a video of me doing Reiki sitting up. I don't even cut. I think there is one. You can do Reiki sitting up on seats and stuff. You pass the energy to the persons who is getting the Reiki. Yeah, I do have one. I'll show you one of my to be more specific. So it can benefit a lot of things. It's good for people transitioning. Reikiists can come to a place where a person is dying and help them to transition. Nice, really nice. I haven't had one of those, but I always wanted to help a person transition. You can help a person when they're depressed, when they have anxiety, when they have trying to get a picture of me actually doing works. You see, that's what I'm looking for. That's literally what I'm looking for. And sometimes it's nice to put up views of other people. So you can, it's good for anxiety, it's good for stress, it's good for depression. I would say, yeah. It can help a depressed person. You can kind of deal with mental health, but you have to know the severity of the mental health before you can go in there and deal with the person. Because I did deal with one person who had mental health. So, you know. Trying to find one of my stuff. It's very hard to find when you haven't been on your things for long. I think they're my daughter. Okay, let me show you me doing Reiki. Because I am master level of Reiki, but I can teach it. So this one is a chair positioning of Reiki that is happening right now. The room sorted, yeah, there's clearance. Some use Buddhas, some use candles, some have plain tables. It's endless. Some people have the room in such a way, sound bowls, those glowing candles, which I can't remember right now what they're called. But yeah. So this is me putting the hands over the eyes. Because you're clearing the eyes, you clear from the head down to the feet, you clear the front and the back. So sometimes you get, most cases you get intuitive reading through the Reiki. But it all depends on what they want. The Reiki will only give them what they want. You won't give them what they don't want. It's another Reiki. So I'm starting from the top of her head because your energy is always at the top of the head. You start from the top, work your way down. Oops,
So you work to the heart, trials on a day-to-day basis. You do those two trials on a day-to-day basis. So Reiki is very much to help people, to elevate people. Reiki, you can also turn it into a counseling, which I have a testimonial of a young lady who I dealt with before ages ago. If I can find her. I wonder if I did download it. Oh, I can't find her now. Anyway, there's a lady who gave me testimonial. The first time I met her, she was always very shy and outgoing. So I have to go back to the face. I'll show you one of my clients that I had done ages ago. This young lady now is excelled a lot. I wonder if I can find her. Oh, there she is. Her and her mother.
Hi, I just want to say a really big thank you.
Her and her mother.
You to Yemi, who is a masseuse, and she also does Reiki. My daughter had been suffering from very low moods, and I've spoken to Yemi about her, and that she had a history of low moods, and she said that she'd like to do some work with her. So last Saturday, Yemi had done Reiki with my daughter. She said to me that it may take a session or two. Immediately after the session, I'd spoken to my daughter. I could see clearly she looked, her mood seemed to have lifted, and she confirmed that she had felt energized and happy. Today is now Tuesday, and my daughter still confirms that she feels energized, she feels happy, her mood is lifted, and it seems to have had great results. So I would recommend Yemi for Reiki massage. So please find her at the Ankle Wellbeing Centre, number 10 Adelaide Grove, W12 OJJ, Cosmic Connections.
Hello, I'm here to talk about how my Reiki went with Cosmic Connections. So I had a Reiki session with Yemi, and I found it very relaxing when I was in the room. It was a nice atmosphere. So that day I wasn't really feeling myself, and I told Yemi that I was feeling down, and I didn't really feel myself, and I was feeling a bit deflated that day. So after the Reiki session, I started to feel a bit more myself, a bit more energized, had a lot more energy, and even my mum said that she could see that I was feeling a lot better within myself because of my face, and my face had brightened up, and I was a lot more talkative and less like shy and introverted. I felt a lot more myself, and my mood has kept up since then. So I really recommend getting a Reiki session done with Cosmic Connections because it really did help me, and I can't stress it enough. It was amazing, and I really, really feel very happy and just a lot more energized. And thank you, Cosmic Connections, for my Reiki session.
So that young lady was very introverted. When I first met her, she was very introverted. I have seen her over. I didn't see her for a very long time. Then I saw her before I had my little one. I think before or after I had my little one, and she's still outgoing. See, that's when you know that your work is good. You don't have to boast and brag about it because your work is walking up and down the place. So there's others that I did do Reiki with in the past, but I did have all my testimonials because at first I was going to restart my business again, but now I think I'm better off being a teacher because I can teach them a lot more about Reiki. Because like you can get attunement. People think that Reiki just happens like this. It doesn't just happen like this. You literally have to do the Reiki like a year apart, 2 years apart. You cannot do them one after each other. You cannot do a whole weekend of it because that's energy overload. That will definitely be too much for you. Some people go mad with energies. Energies can literally send you mad in most cases. So you have to know what you're doing. You have to know what you're doing. You have to know what you're telling the students per se. You have to know what you're telling the students. You have to know, like with even every therapy, you have to clear yourself. Masseuse, you have to clear yourself. Give the energy to the building or whatever you got to do. You got to go to the beach. You got to clear that way. Sometimes you got to, be constantly going places. I mean, I went to a place and there was a Sphinx one time. It's called Crystal Palace. I went there and I went and I literally hugged the tree. I used to hear about people talk about this hugging of the tree. I hugged a tree, but I was always one of those. I would just get up and go. I would get dressed, get up and go on a Saturday, and I would just head out. That's just how my spirit moves at the time. Now, if you was to ask me, do you want to go somewhere? I would just look at you point blank and say, no, I don't want to do all that, or reluctantly. But it's not like I don't want to do it. Sometimes you have to protect your energy as well, because there is energies, vampires outside there, always ready to set on you. Or someone might have a bad day, the energy might be down, and you be out there, and then it will just go south. So I'm basically saying that how you have to have a very recommended, and I will stress recommended Reiki practitioners, because not everybody are practitioners at the end of the day. And it's not because like you're not living a certain life. It have nothing to do with it whatsoever, because just like with most things, is how you are and how you are on a daily basis, right? You can eat a certain way if you wish to. There is no rules to this, because the Reiki will bring the BS to you anyway, regardless of what's going on, and they'll do this for a long time. It doesn't matter whether you are the most so-called spiritual whatever on the planet. Reiki will bring you the BS, right? You can be the most ones who manifest and do the most. Reiki will bring out the next side of it. And I'm not saying Reiki is a bad thing, because anybody can be a practitioner. In most Western melanated families, there's always one person who always knows a lot about health and clearing that people go to. There's always a grandma who does healing, which passes on to other people. But sometimes, right, you need a title for what you're doing, because people will be putting hands on people or whatever, and then later on they find out that it has a name. Now Reiki originally come from Japan. I mean, some can say it came from Egypt. But there is loads of, I would say, strings to Reiki, because even when you haven't done your practice for a long time, there'll be an occasion when you have to do it to somebody or help somebody, you know, because you're literally exchanging the chi. That's all you're doing. You're taking the bad chi out of the person and you're giving them good chi. Sometimes this requires 6 sessions. Sometimes it requires 1 session. You never know. Sometimes the person will have so much going on, even while they're there, while you're giving them the Reiki. Right. I've had one where they said that their mouth opened. They felt like they had stuff coming out of them. So, like I said, Reiki has no boundaries. Even me sitting here, right, if like I can send Reiki to somebody, right? So it's not like it's hard or anything, right? Because these are one of the things that Queen Afua always told the community, that they need to learn hands-on healing. It's in her book, one of the Sacred Woman, right? You have to, like, practitioner. You become a practitioner of Reiki, because by this now, right, you're helping the community through your hands. That's why they call it the power of the hands. There's a book written, I can't remember by who, but it's called, they have a book called the power of the hands, right? Or Hands of Power, I think it's called, right? I have it somewhere, right? And you are ideally giving energy to the person. Sometimes you will finish a session and you're like an old lady, you're literally drained of your energy, right? So that's why you have to be able to send the energy to the walls, foundation, have got loads of plants around you, crystals around you, some like incense, the whole atmosphere of the room. One time I did a Reiki at an event, and I read the girls, and what happened, right? When people talk about channeling, that's a serious thing, because you can really channel a lot through Reiki. If you're a natural channeler anyway, you can channel a lot. You can read a person from a distance. You can say something and it will click with the person, automatically click with the person. By this time, right, you haven't even met the person, right? You haven't met them, you haven't spoken to them, right? So to know if someone's authentic, and I will stress authentic, authentic. Oh, I was just like to go somewhere else then. Authentic. You have to know their work. If their work is walking up and down and they are good and well and they exceed and they're doing stuff, right? And that's a testimonial by itself. Watching your work walk away and do big things, right? So I've had that in the past. I've had at least 10 people that I can say that I put hands on and they've excelled, introverted. Next time I see them, they're different people. That's when you know the Reiki itself is working. And even though the people who's doing works on themselves, you are just there to help them along the way. You're not there for them to be coming to you every couple months or every this. The only way they need intensive help, it all depends on the situation that is. Because most healers have bad tempers, they're very snobbish. Hi, Sunkiss. Very snobbish. I've met a few ones, not on the internet. I met a few so-called holistic ones who call themselves seers. To me, if the community calls you that name, that term, right, that's different. You don't term yourself no healer. I used to always correct people. People say, oh, yeah, right, you're a healer. No, I said, no, I'm just a therapist. I'm just here to give you therapy. Hi. Hi, Sunkiss.
Hey,
Hi. Hi.
I'm just listening.
Yeah. So basically, I've met all these so-called seers. Hi, River. I've met seers, so-called ones who call them seers, indigo, star child, this one, that one, but yet still, right, they won't deal with the grassroots of the people. I have dealt with HIV sufferers, literally, right? Even though they look healthy on the outside, because you'll never know they got HIV. You'll never know, right? So I think one HIV sufferer, I think she had Reiki or massage, because they like massage. I've met cancer patients that I've dealt with. Oh, she's woken up. I've met cancer patients. All right. So when you're giving them that love, that true from the heart, the true from the heart, whatever that heart that you're giving them, you're not just doing it because you're doing it for show. Because some healers do stuff for show, and it's I mean, for years I've been saying how hypocritical a lot of things have been. I've even met a couple of people who's been burnt by people who said they're healers and they're Reikiists and this and that. And then later on now, right, there's some next story. I'm like, wow. But at the time, because I wasn't a big name on the road, well, I still ain't a big name. I'm just there, right? People will tell me about the healers, the so-called healers, the ones who term themselves healers. You never term yourself a healer. That's left to the community to do. And I will stand on that because, like I said, even in a village, there is phases of the village. There's the ones who's the doulas. There's the ones on the front line. There's the ones, the healers who help people, the therapists, the counselors who help the warriors from PSTD or whatever the thing is called. So Reiki, which is just one therapy out of the lot of them. Massage is another one, because some people have knots in their body, right? They have knots, big knots. Even the so-called therapist who's doing them have big knots in their body, and you can see it on them. Even I've come across when I've been in a community. My baby's not well, I've got to go see after in a minute, right? So I've come across people where they're sound healers and they're telling a crystal healer that how they must clear out a space and I need this space. All right, I had to go and break up arguments like that, right? And I am not a big person in the community, but I ain't gonna sit there and watch two healers battle it out, because we're healing. People's watching you and they're watching your actions. If your actions don't speak what you're doing, right, you might as well just be sitting down like everybody else. Just sit on your backside, don't say nothing, go work on yourself, and then come back. Okay? Yeah, so Sunkist, you can talk, because I'm just gonna see what's wrong with the little one, because she's crying a little bit. Okay? Hello?
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you